Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So yeah, I'm a little late on this video. I promised it weeks ago, but I'm just getting around to it. But I guess to make up for it, I came with this video with a little spin to it. I've never done one of these videos before, but today I'm going to be using one palette to create two eyeshadow looks. Hopefully, we'll see how this goes. So if you want to see how this video turns out, then just stay tuned. So the palette I'll be using is the Morphe Dare to Create 39A. I always wonder how they number these palettes. Is there a method that we're just not seeing here? Are they just you look like a 14B. Anywho, this is what the inside of the palette looks like. That's the thing with big palettes. I never know where to put okay, we're just gonna leave it there. So I'm gonna take this big old shade here and this shade, which kind of looks like that shade, but this shade right here, and then start putting them in my transition. Really sitting here what am I supposed to do next? 2018, we're gonna work on planning looks out before we start filming them. All right, so I'm gonna go in with this brown shade just in this area and then somewhat in my crease, I guess. Hopefully this all works out. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face. And now on to look number 2. So this is attempt number 2 at the second look. I've already attempted this. I didn't like how it was coming out, so I washed it off, and I'm about to try again. I'm gonna try to do the same look because I'm no quitter, all right? I would rather say I did it or I tried than I can't and I gave up. So let's see how this goes again. Okay, so I'm sure you see these two lines on my face. I am attempting to do something similar to what I did in Monday's video. The only problem is this palette doesn't have that many shades for me to build up these two colors, and as you can see, yes, one lid is going to be red and the other one is going to be blue. So in Monday's video, I built up the blues that were in my crease, and here I only have one blue to work with, or one matte blue to work with and one matte red to work with. So the first time I tried this, I was a little weary. It wasn't that bad once I did it, so I'm gonna do it again. But yeah, I just wanted to check in there and point that out, and I'm pretty sure I lost my train of thought. I was more enthusiastic the first time around that I was trying this. Now I'm just at a point where I've got to prove to myself that I can actually do it. So I kind of wish the blue was a little bit more like the shirt that I'm wearing, and the red was a red as vibrant as the shirt that I'm wearing, if that makes sense. But it's not, you know, that's what's in the palette, so that's what we have to work with. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my crease here. So here's where things went left. The first time around that I tried this, the sides were actually swapped. So blue was on this side, red was on this side. So I did the blue lid color perfectly fine. And then I did the red color, and well, let me do it right now so you can see what I saw. Okay, I feel like it just kind of played me, and now it's just made me look crazy, but I swear the first time around that I did this, it did not go on like a shimmer. It flat out looked matte, and I feel like when I first put this on just now, you can kind of see it looked a little less shimmery and more matte, but you know, it's working now, so we're just gonna keep pushing. But I feel like with the blue, you'll see like straight away, it's a lot more pigmented. So I'm gonna go ahead and add these two colored liners to my crease, and I might just use them for liner. I don't know, I might chicken out and just use black as liner. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, I chickened out. It's just gonna be a crease color. I'm gonna go ahead, do my liner, put lashes on, finish my entire face basically, and then I will come back and finally give you my opinions on this powder. On this palette. So I finally finished my entire face. Not sure what's going on with my hair here. Okay, it looks like I'm ready for the black version of Grease. That's the movie. Okay, anyway, but now on to my thoughts on this palette. I've said it before, I'll say it again, because with every newer thing that I try from Morphe, you can tell they're really putting in the effort to not be that mediocre brand that quite a few people associate when they think of Morphe. There's been a difference ever since the Jaclyn Hill palettes with each palette that you try. However, with this palette, there is one weird thing. You know, I tried, technically I've only tried 3 shimmers on my eyes, but you know, I've swatched the other ones, I've done brush swatches, and it's just that one red that it appears to be a shimmer in the pan. You know, it is technically a shimmer and it looks like a shimmer on my eye. It's just the buildup on that was crazy. It took quite a bit to get that, and it takes me back to the Jaclyn Hill palette, because if you've seen my review video of that, there was a shade similar in that video where, in that palette, where I used it on my lid, and you know, it took forever. And you guys in the comments were like, you know, Jaclyn said that is the one color in the palette that requires some type of water, whether it's Fix Plus or actual water. So I don't know if that's another thing in this palette where, you know, that one red shade, the one that I'm wearing on this lid, requires, you know, some type of water to, you know, activate the pigmentation in that color. It was just weird, but again, you know, the second time around, I don't know, sometimes with eyeshadows, you just kind of have to dig the first layer off for it to, you know, really get that pigment that it's supposed to have. I've had that happen with other eyeshadows. So the second time around, I'm not sure if that's what had happened, which is why it's a lot more pigmented now than it was the first time. Now, if you remember, I used 2 brown shades and then the one blue shade and one red shade in my crease / transition. They all blended really nicely together. There is quite a bit of kickback in this palette. I'm just gonna, you know, hope that this is focusing and that I'm not just holding it up in front of the lens for no reason here. Can you see that kickback? For a second there, I was worried. I'm thinking, oh, here we go. It's another Subculture or Sephora Pro editorial palette situation here where the fallout is just going to be crazy with how much kickback that there was, but there was no fallout, even with the shimmer shades, and that's typically why I do my eyeshadow before I do the rest of my face, especially when I'm testing out a new palette for the first time. But there was no fallout with this. Let's see, and I think that is pretty much it. As far as the second look goes, it didn't turn out exactly how I wanted it to. I might have to try recreating it when I've got a little bit more color to work with here. You know, we probably could have substituted one of the 18,000 browns in this palette for a little bit more color, but you know, I'm just saying. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it. I showed you a little bit more of a natural look and, you know, a little more playful of a look, so you can do both with this palette. Let me know what other palettes out there you would want to see two looks come from, and yeah, that is it this time around. I can't think of anything else to say, so make sure to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe down below. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!